Hello everyone, welcome to Agile testing video series. So in this video, I am going to explain about overview of Agile testing. So basically, the Agile is an iterative development methodology where both the development and testing activities are concurrent. So testing is not a separate phase. Coding and testing are done interactively and incrementally, resulting in a quality end product which meets the customer requirements. So further, continuous integration results in early defect removal and hence the time and effort and cost savings. Now, as part of this video, we are going to cover Agile Manifesto and what is Agile testing, and then we'll see what is Agile testing versus waterfall testing, then Agile testing principles and activities. Now, let us start. So, Agile Manifesto. So, what is Agile Manifesto? The Agile Manifesto was published by a team of software developers in 2001, highlighting the importance of development team accommodating changing requirements and customer involvement. So, the Agile Manifesto is we are uncovering better ways of developing software by doing it and helping others to do it. So through this work, we have come to value individuals and interactions over process and tools, and working software over comprehensive documentation, and customer collaboration over contract negotiation, and responding to change over the following a plan. So that is while there is a value in the items on the right, we value the items on the left more. So now let us see what is agile testing. So agile testing is a software testing practice that follows the principles of agile software development. So agile testing involves all the members of the project team, so with special expertise contributed by testers. And testing is not a separate phase, and it interwoven with all the development phases such as requirements, design and coding and test case generation. And testing takes place simultaneously through the development life cycle. So furthermore, with the testers participating in the entire development life cycle in the conjunction with the cross-functional team members, the contribution of testers towards building the software as per the requirement or as per the customer requirements with the better design and code will become possible. So agile testing covers all the levels of testing and all types of testing. Now let us see what is the agile testing versus waterfall testing. So in waterfall development methodology, the development life cycle activities happen in phases that are sequential. Thus, testing is a separate phase and gets initiated only after the completion of development phase. But here the following are the highlights of differences between the agile testing and the following and waterfall testing. Now, in agile testing, testing is a not separate phase. Sorry, in testing, testing is a not a separate phase and occurs concurrently with the development. Whereas in waterfall testing, testing is a separate phase. All levels and types of testing can begin only after the completion of development. Now, other differences is testers and developers work together in agile testing, whereas testers work separately from developers in waterfall testing. And the third difference is like in agile testing, testers are involved in coming up with requirements. This helps in requirements mapping to the behaviors in the real world scenario and also framing the acceptance criteria. Also, logical acceptance test cases would be ready along with the requirements. And whereas in waterfall testing, testers may not be involved in the requirement space. And when you come to the agile testing, acceptance testing is done after every iteration and customer feedback is sought out. But when you come to the waterfall, acceptance testing is done only at the end of project. And in agile testing, In agile testing, no time delays between coding and testing, but in waterfall testing, usual time delays between coding and testing. And in agile, continuous testing with overlapping test levels. And in waterfall, testing is a timed activity and test levels cannot overlap. And in agile, the testing is a best practice, and in waterfall, the testing is often overlooked. So these are the basic uh, differences between the agile testing and waterfall testing. Now let us move on to the agile testing principles. So the principles of agile testing are as mentioned here. Testing moves the project forward. So like continuous integration is the only way to ensure continuous progress. So agile testing provides feedback on an ongoing basis and the final product meets the business demands. And the next principle is testing is not a phase. So in agile team, tests alongside the development team to ensure that the features implemented during a given iteration are actually done. So testing is not kept for a later phase. And the other principle is everyone tests. So in agile testing, the entire team, including analysts, developers, and testers, test that application. So after every iteration, even the customer performs the user acceptance testing. And the other one is shortening feedback loops. So in agile testing, the business team get to know the product development for each and every iteration. So they are involved in every iteration. The continuous feedback shortens the feedback response time and thus the cost involved in the fixing it is less. So the other one is keep the code clean. So the defects are fixed as they are raised within the same iteration, and this ensures clean code at any milestone of development. And the other principle is lightweight documentation. So instead of a comprehensive test documentation, agile testers use a reusable checklist to suggest a test and focus on the essence of the test rather than the incidental details. And they use lightweight documentation styles or tools, and they capture test ideas in charters for exploratory testing, and they leverage the documents for multiple purposes. And then now let us see the how we can achieve this. Leveraging one test artifact for manual and automation tests. This is another principle of agile testing. So for example, same test script artifact can be utilized for manual testing and as an input for automated tests. So this eliminates the requirement of manual test documentation and then an equivalent automation test script. And the last one is test last versus test driven. And the test cases are written along with the requirements. Hence, development can be driven by testing. So this approach is called test driven development. So and acceptance driven development. So this is in contrast to testing as a last phase in waterfall testing. Now let us see what are the different agile testing activities. So the agile testing activities at project level have defined like release planning and regression testing and release activities. So in the release planning, mainly focusing on test planning for every iteration and agile testing activities during an iteration. And then agile testing activities during an iteration basically include participating in iteration planning and estimating tasks from the view of testing and writing test cases using the feature descriptions, unit testing, integration testing, feature testing, and defect fixing, integration testing, acceptance testing, and status reporting on progress of testing, and finally defect tracking. So these are the basic Agile testing activities will be there in during iteration. And Thanks for watching this video. So please subscribe my YouTube channel for watching more videos. Thank you very much.